Before I do that, I want to show this presentation, which was prepared by Dave Galt last spring. The IOTA VTI was out of production for a few months, from late last year to the spring of this year, due to shortage or inaccessibility of parts. It required a redesign. So a new design became available in the spring, shortly before the Trans-Tasman Conference in New Zealand. Dave put this together, and Stephen Russell presented it, and I figured this is a good opportunity to repeat it, simply letting people know that there is a new version with some changes. Next one. So, on the outside, it looks a little different because it's a different color. The changes were so significant, we put out a separate operations manual. If you go to the website, you'll find two manuals. I want to be no question which one you're using. It's the black one or the white one. And there are some changes down in the details of the front, on the back panel, but go ahead next. This is just a rundown of the features there. You can see on the right is the cover has been removed, so you see the green printed circuit board. On the lower left corner, there's a red circle around the GPS. This is a different GPS. It's about 1 inch square. The one that was used before is about 1 1/4 inch square. And as it got smaller, it got more sensitive and better, and that's a real improvement. On the left side of the green board, you can see circled is the lithium ion cell. That's added. In the case on the left side of the image, you can see the case is closed. A little white tab is poking out. To meet the postal regulations, the lithium ion cell has to be disabled. And I do that with a plastic strip. When a person buys it and receives it, they pull the strip and the battery is activated and we're underway. Next one.
Is that opening up to the elements at all?
Pardon?
Is that opening up to the elements?
No. No. The case has overlap with the base. It's a little step. It's not hermetically sealed or anything. They're opening around every switch. And I've milled away a little bit of the case in order to let that strip go through. But it's it's no particular change. It's not a hermetic case to begin with. Here, this is one of the added features. The GPS antenna can be bought as a separate item, and there's a connector on every VTI. Makes it easy to hook up. It's a 5-meter cable, and it has a magnetic base. Next. The splash screen comes up as it did before. It's about a 10-second cycle. But now, after 6 or 7 seconds have gone by, the last line appears giving you the battery status. And then one of two choices. On the left, it says battery failed. That says you got to go in and change the lithium ion cell. On the right, the more normal message you get is the battery is okay. But this is something the person has to train themselves to look for. So as you check the battery every time you start it. Pardon? The calculations say 3 years. I am claiming 2 years as a minimum. It's the CR2032 is a very common. It's the biggest lithium ion cell we could find. So I think 2 years is a conservative life. And it takes to replace it 4 screws to take the cover off. You pry out the battery, put a new one in, 4 screws, put it back. The position screen is pretty much the same as before. The top several lines are just like they were before. The clock displays a little differently. The line there that says error persistent, there are now 2 possible error modes. One is persistent and the other is transient. And what that means is the errors will remain displayed or they will not. If it's in the transient mode, the errors are displayed for 5 seconds, then they go away. Now, a typical error will mean no BPS. It means one time. Well, I should clarify. The IOTA VTI tests several properties every second. If it finds any one of those things isn't right, it'll say there's an error. That doesn't mean the time's wrong. It says something didn't meet the specs. And so pay attention and look, check your field count or something. In the transient mode, those error messages will disappear after 5 seconds. In the persistent mode, they hang around forever and they'll fill the screen. So when I send them out, they're always set for transient. We feel the real benefit of the persistent mode is for error testing. I let them run for hours, and we figure we get like an error in a million fields, and we feel that's acceptable. Next. The time screen, actually here, we have 4 screens shown, and it's just the bottom of the screen. The top one with the black background is showing a typical thing. It shows the hours, minutes, seconds, and then the fractional seconds and the field count. And the F6 means that it has 6 satellites. This is unchanged from the previous versions. The white section there is showing the 3 different, explaining the 3 different letters that can appear, N, X, and F, no fix, dead reckoning, or real time. And if you get 4 satellites or more, you're going to get an F, and that's what you want. Then time is reliable. Down below the N2, that's a case where there are only 2 satellites. You will not see time reported then because you have to have 4 satellites for that. And then the F9 is 9 satellites. You can actually get 10 or 11 or 12 satellites. That'll continue to show only 9. Next. They didn't dedicate an extra digit for that. Here's a list of the 8 possible error messages. A couple of them I have never seen, but these are the tests that are done every second. And I think that's enough said. Just go on. They're very rare that you get any of those. This is showing the serial dongle that's available. We now have added a connector that's a stereo audio jack. That is one end of the dongle. The other end of the dongle is a USB connection. And down below it shows what you'll get out on your computer screen. If you hook up the serial dongle, you will see the NMEA sentences as they are fed to the microprocessor and translated into time. And then this is the summary of the things. It's as before, it's still 8 volts to 28 volts DC input. Either PAL or NTSC. You don't need to have a camera input in order to get time. There's an LED to confirm when you do have a camera connected. The sensitivity internal GPS has been improved, but an external GPS is now easier to add on. It's an external antenna. In version 2, we would sell a second GPS which could be connected in and replace the internal one. This is simpler, less expensive. It's an antenna that will switch the antenna that's internal to the GPS to pick up the signal from the external antenna. I don't think I need to go through the rest of that. They are available now and at videotimers.com. And that's the end of this little warm-up, unless there are any questions.